Access to affordable credit helps me pay my employees, but I don't really need it.
Inflation is killing me. But who cares? Big retailers are making record profits. That's why we support the Durbin Marshall credit card bill.
See? Banks and credit unions help small businesses make payroll. This bill would cut the vital resources they need.
While increasing megastore profits. They deserve it, don't they?
Tell Congress, stop the Durbin Marshall money grab for corporate megastores.
Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Hi, welcome to Vanished Voices. We're your hosts. I'm Jenna.
And I'm Shannon. Before we get started, a quick favor. Please take a moment to rate and review the show. It makes a real difference. On Apple Podcasts, just scroll down on our show page and tap the stars or write a quick review. On Spotify, hit the 3 dots at the top of the show page and give us a 5-star rating. It's a fast, free way to help out the show. If you're listening on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. It makes all the difference. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about today's case.
Yes, thank you. There are nights that just disappear. Not in a dramatic way, not in a way that anyone notices at the time. Just a normal night, a drink with friends, a ride home, and then nothing. No goodbye, no explanation, no second chance to retrace your steps. Just a gap. And for some families, that gap never closes. Tonight, we're talking about a woman who walked out of a bar in Aberdeen, South Dakota in 1993 and never made it home. Her name is Monica Bercier-Wickre. Before Monica became a case, she was someone people remembered. Not vaguely, not quietly. She was the kind of person who filled a room. Monica, who many people called Mona, was known for her energy. She loved music, and she loved being around people. According to her daughter, if there was a stage anywhere nearby, Monica was on it. If there was a piano, she'd sit down and play. If there was a moment to sing, she took it. Her daughter, Tanya, said her voice was something people didn't forget. That when Monica sang, it made people feel calm and at ease, like everything was okay, even if just for a minute. And that tells you something important right away. Monica wasn't quiet. She wasn't withdrawn. She was alive in a way people noticed. Monica was born on August 13th, 1950.
Leo.
Yes. And raised in North Dakota on the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa reservation. She didn't grow up in a small, isolated family. She was one of 10 siblings.
Oh.
10, which means noise, chaos, constant connection. Big families like that, especially in tight-knit communities, don't just function like households. They function like ecosystems.
Where was she in the 10? Was she the oldest, middle?
That I couldn't find.
Okay.
Because I was curious as well.
Yeah.
Everyone knows everyone. Everyone shows up for each other. And Monica was part of that. She was close to her siblings, connected to her roots and her community, part of something bigger than just herself. But like a lot of people, she didn't stay in one place. At some point, Monica got married. She had 2 children, a daughter, Tanya, and a son. And even though that marriage didn't last, it didn't end in chaos. According to Tanya, her parents stayed on good terms. There wasn't bitterness, there wasn't conflict, which is rare and telling. It shows that Monica was someone who could maintain relationships even when life maybe didn't go exactly as planned. Eventually, Monica remarried to a man named Jim, and they had a 3rd child, a younger son. At that point, they decided to make the move to Aberdeen, South Dakota. But her older children, Tanya and her brother, had grown up and were used to living in Fort Yates on the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation. And
so they stayed there.
They made the choice to stay there.
Okay.
It was about a 3-hour distance between the two.
So not horrible, but not close.
Right. Tanya said that they still saw each other a lot and they still talked all the time. Her mom would come visit. Her and her brother would go and stay with her mom in South Dakota. She describes a very close bond. Tanya said she loved us so much, and we knew she was so proud of each of us. In early 1993, just a couple months before Monica disappeared, Tanya found out she was pregnant, and she was scared to tell her mom, not because
She a teenager?
she
Okay.
was 17, she was about to graduate from high school. She really didn't want to disappoint her,
Yeah.
and that comes from loving someone deeply, caring what they think.
Right.
But she tells her, and at first there is shock and maybe even concern, but it doesn't last long. Monica moves into excitement, into planning, into how can I support you? She starts talking about helping Tanya in any way she can to raise the baby or whatever might be the best path forward. She talked about Tanya moving in with her, even Tanya and Tanya's boyfriend and their new baby, because then she reasoned Tanya could still go to school. She could go to college and Monica would help out. She didn't want this to change anything. She wanted Tanya to still be able
Yeah.
to do the things that she
she'd planned
wanted.
for. Yep.
Now, day to day, Monica wasn't someone who stayed in. She wasn't someone who liked to be, quote, a homebody. She was social. She was outgoing.
Did she work?
She did.
Okay.
And I could not find where.
Okay.
Because I did specifically look. Tanya describes the dynamic between Monica and Jim as he was more of a homebody and she wasn't. She liked going out, being around people, and he was fine with that, but he didn't want to go.
Right.
And so he was fine taking her, dropping her where she wanted, even picking her up if she needed, but he liked to be at home.
Okay.
Now, Tanya was 17. She was the oldest. I could not find in reporting how old her brother was
Okay.
or how old the younger of the three.
Okay.
There are pictures and he looks really little,
Yeah.
but they don't have a year on them.
Yeah. I mean, if Tanya's 17, I'm going to guess he's under 5.
That's the feeling that I got,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find an exact age. Okay, the night that we're talking about is April 7th, 1993, in Aberdeen, South Dakota. It's a Wednesday night. Not a holiday, not a big event, just a regular night, the kind that doesn't feel important while you're living it, the kind no one expects to remember. And somewhere in the city, Monica is getting ready to go out. And that's not unusual. She was social. She liked being around people, the music, the energy. From what we know, Monica's husband dropped her off that night.
At a normal spot?
At a normal spot. It's called the Body Shop. The Body Shop is a little bit different from a lot of the places in Aberdeen. A lot of the places in Aberdeen seem like they're in this main drag of town that has quite a few bars, so people can bar hop between them.
Okay.
The Body Shop is connected to a strip club called the Pirates Cove, and it's on the upper northeast side of the city. It's not walking distance to any other bar or club or anything like that.
So connected as in just next door, or connected by you can enter one and by entering another?
Well, it doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
And from what I could find, it just seems like they're two establishments next door to each other, but still separate. In the 90s.
Did she ever frequent that place as a patron?
So 2 things. I couldn't find if that was her normal place or if the people she was going out with picked that place.
Okay.
Also, all the reporting says that her husband dropped her off.
Uh-huh.
But they don't say specifically at the Body Shop. So I don't know if that's just where her night ended.
Okay.
And they maybe did start downtown.
Somewhere else.
Or if she planned to spend the whole night there.
Okay.
But I know that was the last place that they were at that night.
The Body Shop, not the strip club.
The Body Shop.
Okay.
And I only found about the strip club next door just from trying to learn more about the Body Shop and the place that it was in.
Because I mean,
that doesn't
strip clubs
really
generally
come
have
up in
good drink
reporting.
specials, so I know people will just go over just for
And that
the
might
drink
be
specials.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Body Shop had a little bit of a rough reputation to where a lot of times the night would end with fights in the parking lot.
At least it was outside.
Yep. Pirates Cove had, I thought this was interesting, a pirate statue standing on a boat connected to the exterior wall. So it's very recognizable for people living in the area. It also had a 1957 Chevrolet sticking out the side of the building.
That's pretty.
And I think that was on the body shop part, you know? So they both kind of reached into...
Had some unique...
Yeah, exactly.
Decor going on the outside.
They both permanently closed in 2009, and now it's a storage facility.
Okay.
But in the 90s, fun place to be, even if it was a little bit rough. There's a lot in the reporting that says that Monica went there after work with a couple friends.
Now, did she work with her husband?
No. And so I'm not sure if she went home and got ready and then he took her, but it was still after work on a Wednesday.
And he's confirmed that he dropped her off.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, when they got to the end of the evening, and we don't know how many people she was with that she knew, but there was at least one couple. And then they had other friends there too.
I'm going to ask before I forget. So I know her young son was probably young. So I'm assuming he would have been in the car with them as she was getting dropped off.
I would assume.
Was there any documentation of any interviews with him?
No.
Okay.
Very few documentation of any interviews at all.
Oh, lovely.
Mm-hmm. They get to the end of the night and she leaves with this couple and also a man who she had not met before, but the couple knew him.
And the couple confirmed she left with them?
Yes.
Okay.
And so all three, they were taking him to his car, and Monica decided to go with him. And that's where it gets a little bit weird for me.
Yeah.
And it is totally possible that he lived really close to where she lived and the couple lived the other way. So he's giving her a ride home.
Yeah, but if she didn't know him, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of weird.
Yeah. And maybe you spent the whole night hanging out and...
Still.
I know. I guess days before Uber and you don't want to pay for a cab.
I mean, how big is this town?
In 1990, the population was 25,000.
Okay, so
decent size.
Yeah, it's enough that you're not going to know everybody, but I'm sure you've heard of them. So maybe she's heard of him and
possibly if he's
passing.
Mutual friends with other friends.
I mean, because if she's lived there for a while now,
few years,
she probably is, and she's a regular. Oh, of course, we don't know if this is her. Do we know this is a normal spot for her?
Can't find it.
Okay, it sounds like there's
not a lot of
options in the town, right? So it's like I have to say that you're gonna pick one or two.
Like it might have been a regular favorite spot,
right?
Yeah. So I can't tell if maybe she knew of him. The other thing is,
did the husband ever say like normally she would call him for a ride, or did she normally get a ride home from other people?
It sounded like normally she got a ride home from other people. Okay. I'm guessing.
So he's not really expecting a call.
No.
To come get her. Okay.
No.
Which makes sense. He's probably home also taking care of the younger son.
Right. I'm unclear on how we know that she didn't know him.
Right.
As an aside, just because maybe the family didn't know that she knew him or the husband. I mean, maybe she did know him casually.
Yeah.
But all the reporting says a man she did not know.
Right. Because I have to assume if she knew him even casually, because I think who'd you get a ride home from? That would be normal part of the conversation.
Right.
Now, granted, if you're using, again.
And maybe he's never given her a ride home.
Right. So it would,
I don't know. But after...
Do we know his name? Did the couple...
They've never been said publicly, but police know the man and the couple.
Okay.
And they
so the couple's names have been kept out of the press too? Okay.
They have been interviewed, but
we don't know what that means.
Right. And that's the last confirmed sighting of Monica.
Do we know what time she left the bar?
Nope.
Okay. And do we know what normal closing time was? Like, did she shut it down? I mean, I have to assume like 1 or 2 a.m.
That would be my guess. I got the feeling that it was before midnight, more
Okay.
like 11:30.
Okay, so early
Yeah.
from a bar closing standpoint, but
Mhm.
you know,
But a Wednesday.
but yeah,
work the
Wednesday
next
worked the next day, and then she had already been there earlier, so maybe
Right.
probably not too far fetched to leave at that time.
Right. I really want the details on those things because I feel like that
Well, it helped
a
our
lot.
discussion.
It would. And there's also, I did see in online discussions people asking, well, do we know if she got home and then there was a fight and then something happened?
Right.
Like kind of implicating the
Right.
husband.
Right. Plausible.
But from everything that the investigators have put out, they've
She
made
never
it
came home.
sound like she never came home.
Okay.
But then wouldn't that guy be your
Yes.
suspect number one?
Yeah.
And they've never named him as a suspect.
Or a person of interest even.
Right. And they say they have those, but they've
Are
never
not
named
divulging
them.
who.
Mhm. Yeah.
Rumor mill, come on, like small town. I want to know. I'm sure people saw who she was hanging out with at that bar. I'm sure they
So,
know who that couple is. I
Yes.
can't imagine that they don't.
people in town do.
Yeah.
I did read some comments like, oh, my dad worked with the guy she was last seen with, and he always thought he was a little bit off and
Mm.
might be the one responsible, but that's hearsay and
Right.
it's from it happened over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And so trying to find comments now
Yeah.
is tougher
hmm
in this age of a case.
Yeah. Reddit didn't exist back then. So.
No, it didn't. And now we've got kids of people that
Right.
live there, but
Right. Who've probably heard the story
yes.
or remember it from when they were little.
hmm It's few and far between, though, because this case doesn't have a lot of information out there. And I saw it as one of 5 in one podcast.
One of 5 people missing in
One of-
this area.
No, one of 5 they covered in one episode.
Oh, okay.
So it was very
Brief.
short. And another one, it was like one of 3, but they were also focused on MMIW in the broader sense.
Yeah.
And so it was like very
So,
brief as
but
well.
is there any evidence of other women going missing in this time frame in this area? Because
There's-
25,000 is not a big place.
Right. There's cases, but when they break them down, a lot of them seem like they're missing the race on their, or they're missing something.
Okay.
And so when they list how many there are, you'll either see like 27 for the county or you'll see 600 for the state or however many, but there's not like a
So is Aberdeen
good,
on a reservation?
it is not.
Okay, so it would have been local police doing the
Mhm.
investigation. Okay.
Yep. So she doesn't come home that night.
Yeah.
No one hears from her again. And what I tried to find was this in between time,
Yeah, the husband wasn't concerned that night.
right? That's where my sticking point is. And I can't find, she wasn't reported missing. And the date either is April 22nd, April 26th, or 2.5 weeks later, because the reporting is so spotty and they all say something different. But it was weeks until she was reported missing.
Okay, why?
Thank you. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I'm assuming she had to be at work the next day. Did they
Right.
not notice that she didn't
That's
show up?
why I was trying to find out where she worked. Were we off for the next several days? Were they calling?
Her older children, like, where's mom? Why is she not contacting me?
Right. And it sounds like it was her family that did report her missing.
I would assume, but why didn't the
Eventually.
husband?
Exactly. And I think that's why that comes full circle to, is there more to the night
Right.
that she either got home or something happened?
Yeah.
Because there was one news story that said they found blood at her residence, but I can't find that verified anywhere else,
Okay.
in anything else. Everything else says she got in the car with this man and was then missing after that.
Right.
Investigators have said on the record that they realized there's a gap from April 7th to when she was reported missing. they say something to the lines of, we know why there was the gap, but we're not sharing that information. And so on the one hand, I wonder,
I mean, so clearly it pertains to the investigation, but still.
or were they trying to report her and you weren't taking it and you were telling her over and over that she can, are we covering ourselves with that comment, or is it something that is relevant to the investigation?
Right.
I'm not sure. But that gap from when she went missing to when she's reported, we lose so much.
2 weeks. That's wild.
Yeah. And her kids are used to hearing from her more often than that.
Yeah.
Her family is used to hearing from her. And
I mean, for all intent, she has a young child at home.
exactly.
So
And a job and a life and friends and
a grandbaby that's coming and she's making
Right.
plans for, but a husband and a young child.
yes.
Because even, again, I'm going to just guess he's under 5. And
Mhm.
even if he was 5, that's still young. I mean, even a
is.
6, 7, 8-year-old
Mhm.
is still going to want their mom.
Right. For weeks. And even when she is reported missing, it goes back and forth between if it was family
Okay, so
members.
this is before cell phones.
It is.
Did she have a pager?
Not that I could find.
Okay.
Not a cell phone for sure.
No, I don't even think, I mean, they existed, but you had to usually be like an emergency ER doctor on call or a drug dealer. And even pagers then, like, I didn't even get a pager till 95. So but granted, she's
so
older than me.
maybe.
But yeah,
But also maybe in a smaller town.
right.
that
They probably hadn't
didn't need it.
got there yet. So we're
Very
talking
possibly.
payphones or the bar just again, because they know their people just let you use their phone to make phone calls.
Yep. By the time investigators get involved, it's already been weeks. The public record is so limited. They have never put out a list of who they interviewed, whether they questioned that couple and the man immediately.
So they never even have disclosed whether they've interviewed people that were at the bar that night.
Right.
Wow.
And I'm really hoping they have.
Well, right.
But-
And even the strip club next door, if they, especially if they like share a parking lot, did you see
Yeah,
anything like,
Right. And it wouldn't be completely out of the realm to talk to.
no, you would talk to everybody.
Right.
You would canvas
Yes.
and talk to everybody.
And find out.
And you
know,
could, credit card receipts is going to tell you who was there. Yes, some people pay in cash, but again, if they're a regular, you're going to know.
Yeah.
And even at the strip club, same thing. Let me see your customer rolls. Let me see your credit card receipts. And then we know who to go talk to.
Well, and that couple that she was out with, if you're good friends with her and she never made it home,
Right.
are we not worried?
Right.
How did you know her? Did you know her from work? Is she not showing up now? I mean,
Right. Because if this is a normal spot for her, she's social.
right.
It's probably a regular occurrence to go out on Wednesday nights. Who is
Maybe
she
ladies'
who is she
night.
meeting?
Who
Like
knows?
clearly she's meeting friends and people
Yes.
she
And
normally
so
hangs out with.
We're missing the next Wednesday and we're missing the Wednesday after that or whatever her,
Well, even that I'm assuming you
days were.
talk to them. Again, she's probably an age where she's probably hanging out with work people.
Mm-hmm.
Although, well, yeah, no, because she's not from this area. So yeah, it's
Right.
going to most likely be work people. So yeah,
And
when she's not
that's-
showing up to work, you're going to notice.
And that's where you can see the disconnect in the amount of time from her family.
Yeah,
Because they could be calling and he could be saying she's
saying
not
whatever
here right now.
Right. I don't know where she's at.
Right.
She's disappeared. Okay, isn't that concerning to you?
I know. As I said that, I was like, I wonder what kind of answer, because you have two options.
Yeah.
You either say, I haven't seen her for days, which is alarming, or you're lying, and
Which is alarming.
which is alarming.
It's alarming all the way around.
Yes.
Access to affordable credit helps me pay my employees, but I don't really need it.
Inflation is killing me. But who cares? Big retailers are making record profits. That's why we support the Durbin Marshall credit card bill.
See? Banks and credit unions help small businesses make payroll. This bill would cut the vital resources they need.
While increasing megastore profits. They deserve it, don't they?
Tell Congress, stop the Durbin Marshall money grab for corporate megastores.
Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
So that gap right there has been replaying in my mind, and I can't figure out. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There isn't public record of whether they had organized search parties, whether they searched specific areas. you would hope that they're searching around wherever they dropped the
Do
two of them
we know
off.
how far of a drive from the bar to her house it is? Okay.
Mm-mm. It seems like it's a smaller town, though.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
wouldn't.
it's probably the whole 10 minutes to get across one end to the other. So we're
Right.
talking,
Not walkable, but
yeah, you're
not
still in the vicinity.
a far drive. Right. Because it does say she lives in Aberdeen
Yeah.
and the bar is in Aberdeen.
Yeah. Generally, if you're going to a bar on a Wednesday night, it's one that's probably close to your house or close to your job. It's one of the
Right.
two.
Or it's your favorite one because they have the piano
Yeah.
or they have the stage that you can sing on, karaoke night, something fun.
Right.
Yeah. I also tried to find if those friends or her husband were specifically involved in the search efforts in the early days.
Right.
You couldn't find that either. And we'll talk a little bit more about why some of
Yeah.
that has
So
been
this
lost.
is again 93. No social media, really no internet. Would have
Right.
been very in its infancy. So
There-
yeah, we're talking you're still using newspapers
Yes.
and television to talk about it.
And there are newspaper clippings that I was able to find, like on newspapers.com,
Mhm.
that say she's missing, but they're very small and
Right.
there's no information. I only could find a couple from the very end of April.
Mhm.
So whether they had up missing person posters, but I'm not sure how else they got
Well, and
the
if
word
you're
out.
yeah, and we're talking
Maybe on the news.
now we're already it's towards the end of April and this is the beginning of April and there was 2 weeks of not reporting her, then she gets reported, but it sounds like even then because they didn't have anything to
Mhm.
publish, it died down very quickly.
Yes. Until,
At least in a newspaper. Maybe the local news was still covering it because I would think that would be
yeah,
a
a big
big
story.
yeah.
If they'll cover it, because again, this isn't a reservation
Yeah.
and she is native. So I guess it depends on if they chose to cover it or not.
Right.
Tanya, the whole time, she knows that her mom's been planning with her. She's excited. She was able to come and see her mom towards the end of March. And so her mom did get to see her with that small belly at the beginning of this. And she just says that her mom was so excited for her. And they had been talking frequently, how are you feeling?
Right.
How is this going? She's
Yeah,
also
first pregnancy, yeah.
Yes.
You want to talk to your mom.
So to go from that to no communication was really tough. And Tanya's also about to graduate from high school. And
That's right.
she expects
Her mom to be there.
her mom will be there, show up, watch her walk across the stage to celebrate with her. Monica would not have missed it.
No.
And when that day came, Monica wasn't there with no call, no explanation, just her absence. Tanya says that's when she knew. It wasn't just that I don't even know what excuse
Right.
he's giving, or, by this point, she has been reported missing.
Yeah.
But she knew if there was any possible way to be there, she would.
Right.
And that was when it was just, okay, this is something really, really wrong. It was that sinking feeling, and it's that shift where you start bracing for the worst. The worst came just over 2 months later. There had been no sightings at all. There was one reported sighting, but investigators felt like it was a red herring and not Monica. And it was from mid-April, like the 17th, that came in much later. They feel like it was either the person messed up the date or it wasn't Monica at all.
Mhm.
But otherwise, no sightings, nothing. On June 16th, 1993, there was a discovery at the James River, which is just outside Aberdeen. Monica's body was found by a passerby in a canoe, and public accounts consistently describe her remains the same way, badly decomposed. It is so awful that she was found in the river. We've got so much else lost. So we lost all the time in April. And now, with her being found in the river, investigators.
Can they tell how long she'd been there? Because I'm sure,
No.
I know water removes evidence, so.
Exactly. They couldn't tell how long she'd been in the water. She wasn't able to be identified except with dental records.
Okay.
And so they did that. They were able to
And early 90s
confirm.
DNA is still
Mhm.
in its infancy. So you
Infancy.
need very large samples to test to see if there's like foreign DNA on her.
Yes. And she was found completely clothed.
Okay, interesting.
So that is interesting.
Yeah, because of course, you're going to assume there's a sexual
Mhm.
element to the case, and that sounds like there was not.
Right. They were not able to tell how long she'd been there or the manner of death. And they didn't release a scene report. They have not said or released a full forensic inventory. I did see in some reporting, they said there were fibers and foreign DNA,
Okay.
but nothing that immediately gave them evidence. And
Did they preserve it? Because now we need a lot less DNA. And
It
if there's foreign
sounds like
DNA,
they did.
are we retesting it?
that's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
They did put out a new reward 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so I'm guessing they're hopefully getting to that point where
Right.
they can test it. But they didn't,
So was the reward for information
leading to
an arrest?
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's $10,000.
Okay.
When Monica was found, they weren't able to tell if that was the place something had happened or if she had been moved downstream just because of
Right.
melting
water-
and water and
Yeah.
everything like that. Because they said they couldn't tell how she died, it sounds like there was no obvious gunshot wounds,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
they might also be holding that back. Right away after reporting that the remains were Monica, in the newspaper and put out by the South Dakota Attorney General and investigators on her case, they said they suspected foul play and they treated the case as a homicide right away. So it seems like there's something there that they were able to find, even if they couldn't tell the manner of death, to lead them to treating the case as a homicide. Because you could see a world where they would say, well, she had been out at a bar, so maybe
Right.
she tripped
fell into,
and
like they like
fell.
to do with men. They fell into the
Exactly.
water
Exactly.
and drowned.
And
'cause
drowned.
they were drunk.
Mis-
Right.
Inebriated, and unfortunately, tragic accidents happen. And they never did that with her case.
Right. So they obviously can know that there's something there that it
Right.
makes it a homicide.
Right. Even if publicly they haven't put out the cause of death or have never said anything about blunt force trauma or drowning or
Right.
either way on that. It's hard because reconstructing those final hours, it sounds like conflicting statements from people involved, because if everyone was saying the same thing, it seems like more possible suspects or persons of interest would possibly be named, right? In later reporting, Brown County Chief Deputy David Lensman said that there were multiple suspects after Monica's body was found, and that there are still suspects who have never been publicly named, which that sounds like a good deal of suspects.
I know. Interesting that they're saying multiple. I mean, I guess multiple could refer to 3, but multiple makes it sound like there's more.
Right, agreed.
I would say a few.
And
But,
but in that time, so you've got the couple.
I mean, I guess multiple would be the husband, the couple, and the strange man.
And if they all have a different story,
Right.
if the couple says that she got out of the car with the strange man and he says, no, they were taking her home.
Right.
And the husband says she never came home. And the man says, no, I definitely dropped her off at home.
Right. Right. You still have 4
Right.
suspects.
Exactly.
Even with that.
Yes. And no real evidence tying any one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure who else can help verify any of that. But
Well, yeah, that's where it'd be nice to know. Did you interview the other patrons at the bar? Did they notice anything? Anything seem strange or out of place? Did Anyone over at the strip club who happened to be leaving at the same time notice anything strange or out of place?
Right. How was she when she was leaving? What was her level of intoxication? Is that her normal place? Is that the normal time she would go home? And then why didn't he report her missing
Yeah.
for so long?
Yeah, and what was he saying to her family?
Right. When they're trying to contact her.
Yeah, what was he saying to her son?
What does he say?
To the young one?
Yeah, exactly. To her workplace.
Mm.
And they're all going to notice when she's not at graduation. Even
I mean,
if
I would
he
think they
didn't
would have
go.
noticed the next day.
Yes. Even, say.
Even if, say she didn't work the next day, but maybe she worked the next day. So, like, by Friday, they would have noticed.
Right. I mean, by a week for sure.
Yeah.
Who gets that many days off in a row?
Right.
So the discovery helped answer the one question, but it just deepened so many because also how did we get her there?
Yeah.
How did she end up there? It seems like it's outside of the area. Public summaries place her remains in the James River, like we said. There is a secondary timeline that places the approximate location 9 miles southeast of the city, like 9 miles southeast that the river has gone. So
is the river
pretty
close
far
to the
out
bar?
of the way. It seems like it's not.
Okay.
And then for them to not know how
But,
long
I mean,
she'd
was
been
she
in the
killed in the
water.
parking lot of the
Right.
bar and
And
then
then
taken out to
taken
the
there.
river? Yeah.
Right.
But 9 miles, that's...
Right. But then that's not in the
well,
official.
that's probably still 10 minutes away.
Yeah. Especially at night on a Wednesday.
Yeah. And maybe having to, I'm sure there's not a road that just drives up there. You probably had to, well, yeah, that's another interesting. So I bet you there was, I wonder how, because how did she get into the river?
Right.
Because you can't just generally back up. And that would be, I would think, forest
Mm-hmm.
to drive through. And I would think somebody would also notice that.
Right.
And were there ever, did you ever find like weird tire tracks somewhere?
That's what I was just going to say. If we'd known right away.
Right.
But then you add on that 2.5 weeks.
Mhm.
And one of the reasons that we have such an incomplete picture on this case is investigator turnover.
Huh.
According to a statement later entered into the congressional record, Monica's case didn't stay with one consistent investigator. Over the years, it was passed from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And each time that happened, something was lost.
Oh, because sometimes that can be advantageous because you get a new set of eyes to look at something, but
Yeah.
that doesn't sound like that in this case.
No, it sounds like, and I was just listening to this case from Louisiana, also in the 90s. The investigator that's trying to look at it now said that there was no rules. Like investigators could just take home all of their files and just have them at home and
In the 90s?
Mm-hmm. In the
Oh.
90s. It was
Oh.
right outside of Shreveport.
Yeah.
And so this case, as they're trying to find it, they're missing so many files as it got passed from investigator to investigator,
Yeah.
where they either got put into someone else's or left when someone retired.
Oh, wow.
They're missing a lot, which is making this part really hard because people pass away
Yeah.
or memories fade. You can't compare what people are saying now to what they said then.
Right. To see
you
if
don't-
there's a lie in there.
Right. And if
Are they
it's
changing their story?
if it's one investigator's work and they're making small notes as they're thinking things, asking things, but it's not fully typed up and
put in the
listed
murder
out.
book. Right.
Exactly. Does it make sense now? Is it all inclusive? Is it complete? Or is it this small snapshot that's then handed to someone else who tries to start over, but is automatically coming in at a disadvantage over and over and over again?
Yeah.
And it sounds like each time the new investigator had to rebuild the case with limited notes, interviews that
And who knows what's missing?
exactly, and evidence that either hasn't been tested or they're unsure.
Yeah, I hope the evidence hasn't been lost. My goodness.
I hope not to. And it doesn't sound like they're being pushed for that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, do you still have it? What are we waiting for? What advancements do we need? What evidence can we go in and test? But it feels like every couple years, someone new stepped in and they had to piece together the case that they're looking at from that fragments. And it just makes it so much more complicated.
Right.
According to that same public record, there were times when investigators believed they were close to identifying who's responsible, close to making an arrest. And in some cases, the family was told exactly that they had a suspect, that they knew who it was, they were about ready to make an arrest, and then nothing. No charges, no arrest, no explanation. It would sit again.
Mm.
And to be told that over and over again would be devastating.
And yeah, incredibly frustrating.
Yes. And in criminal investigations, of course, we know that knowing isn't enough. Even if you believe you know who did it, you have to be able to prove it in court. And Monica's case seems to live right in that space where they had this suspicion. They're pretty sure they know who did it, but then they come out and say they have multiple suspects.
Yeah.
And it feels like a back and forth, like whiplash. And then, of course, we've got the jurisdictional issues. She was from Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa. Roots were on the reservation, but this happened in Aberdeen. So it shouldn't have really included any tribal jurisdiction. It should have just been local and state authorities. But that often leads to its own racial bias. And I'm not saying that happened in this case, but it does happen. And the inconsistent reporting, the inconsistent case records, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Monica's case has never been closed. It's still listed as an unsolved homicide. They still ask for tips. There is a billboard that is up as of recently, as Monica's daughter, Tanya, has taken on trying to solve this case.
Gosh, she would be like, what, 47 now? 48? Yeah. Wow.
Older than her mom was when she passed.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. She had her daughter just a couple months after they found Monica's remains, and
did her
she
mom
named her Monica.
Oh, did her mom know she was having a girl? Did they know at that point?
I don't believe she knew.
Okay.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
Monica's mom pushed and pushed for answers as well. She actually lived to be 98 and passed away in 2020.
Okay.
Still without answers. And 30 years of pushing for answers. Today, Monica's case has a $10,000 reward being offered for information that leads to an arrest and conviction in Monica's case. And that is also up on the billboard. Her family put that reward out because they know someone somewhere knows something.
Right, somebody knows.
Something small, something they've held on to, maybe something they weren't sure mattered. But
at this point, I think anything matters. Like, even if you don't think it's relevant, you should still disclose it because you never know. It could be the one missing piece that they need.
Yes, absolutely. A conversation, a sighting. Maybe you were in Aberdeen in April of 93. Maybe you overheard something. Maybe you were at the body shop. Maybe you knew something about the people that Monica left with that night. If you do know anything, you can contact the Brown County Sheriff's Office at 605-626-7100. You can also reach out to the South Dakota Division of Criminal Investigations, and we will list their information. You can also reach out to the BIA. Their Missing a Murdered Unit accepts tips by phone or text at 847-411. And we'll list their phone number and email as well. And really, if you do know something and you're listening right now thinking it's been too long, support probably doesn't matter anymore. It does. Because for Tanya, she says this doesn't feel like it happened 30 years ago. It happens every day that she wakes up without answers.
Well, yeah.
And the least we can do is refuse to let her story fade and say her name, talk about her, and try to bring her story into spaces that it hasn't reached yet. Because the truth is still out there. We've seen cases be solved with longer time frames and less information.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're grateful you spent time with us today on Vanished Voices. These stories matter, and your support helps ensure that they are not forgotten. To learn more about Monica's case and see our full list of episode sources, visit the blog linked on our site, vanishedvoicespodcast.com. Follow us across socials, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Vanished Voices Pod. Your messages and feedback help shape the conversations we continue to have. If you'd like to support the show, please take a moment to rate, review, subscribe, and share. We're streaming wherever you get your podcasts. If you have any ideas for cases that need to be, have a voice put to them, send us a note. Let us know. And as always, refuse to let these voices vanish.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Access to affordable credit helps me pay my employees, but I don't really need it.
Inflation is killing me. But who cares? Big retailers are making record profits. That's why we support the Durbin Marshall credit card bill.
See? Banks and credit unions help small businesses make payroll. This bill would cut the vital resources they need.
While increasing megastore profits. They deserve it, don't they?
Tell Congress, stop the Durbin Marshall money grab for corporate megastores.
Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.